What is going on, you guys? It's been a while, but we are back. We are in beautiful South Texas, Markham, Texas to be exact, and we're excited to be with you guys. I'm here with my good friend, best friend, Pat Martinez.
Hey, everybody.
We were just talking about marriage. Pat's been married for
15 years.
I've been married for 5 years, and we were inside talking about it, and I thought it was a timely topic because we are just around the corner from February 14th.
That's right.
Valentine's Day. So, Pat, what is one of your favorite scriptures concerning your relationship and our relationship with Christ and our relationship with our wife?
It's in the book of Ephesians. I got it on my phone here real quick. It's chapter 5, verse 25 through 28. It says, "Husbands, go all out in your love for your wives, exactly as Christ did for the church, a love marked by giving, not by getting. Christ's love makes the church whole. His words evoke her beauty. Everything he does and says is designed to bring out the best of her." And then it goes on and says, "And that is how husbands ought to love their wives." You know, that really speaks to me that everything that Christ did, every action he took, every word he said, his sole purpose was to bring out the best in us.
Yeah.
And he calls us to do the same thing for our wives.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
He gave us that perfect example of how to be an awesome husband.
Yeah,
You know, what do you think about that?
I thought, when I hear that scripture, loving your wife like Christ loves the church, that is pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
That is serious stuff.
Yeah, man.
Because Christ loved the church so much that he died to the church.
Yeah.
So we are kind of called to die to our own needs, our own desires, our own wants in order to serve our wives, right?
Yeah, man.
And that's pretty serious. That's a big demand of the men out there.
Yeah,
But,
and that can be a really tough thing to do, man. Especially like you said, you've been married for 5 years, and I've been married for 15. And I think back, where was I at 10 years ago in my relationship with my wife? And I'm like, man, I've come a long way. You know what I mean? And so it's exciting to talk to other people who are kind of in those stages, and it's kind of like seeing one of your kids grow up. You know, because you're like, man, I've been through that growing pain.
And the first 6 months, the first year, the first 2 years, I mean, it's like my dad says, it's animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Everybody's fighting for their right.
Yeah.
What is my right? What is my wants? What do I want to do now? And according to that scripture, Ephesians 5, it says we should, as men, die to those wants, which is a tough thing.
It is,
but it's
man.
what we're called to do, right?
Yeah. You know, I used to work at a nursing home, and I loved talking to seniors, man. They just have so much wisdom. And one day I was spending some time with this lady, and she was in her late 80s, so I knew she had been married for a while. And so I asked her, I said, Miss So-and-so, I don't want to say her name, but, how long have you been married? And she said, my husband and I, we just celebrated our 70th year anniversary. And that blew my mind. I'm like, 70 years. And she was like, well, how long have you been married? And at the time I had been married 13 years. And she said, oh, honey, you're just getting started. And she wasn't being sarcastic, but to her 13 years was nothing. And that was a paradigm shift for me, because I think the longer that you get married, the more comfortable you get, and you think you kind of know this person completely. And so you kind of get complacent in a lot of things. And that really opened up my eyes to realize hey, we still have a long way to go, and there's still a lot of things that I can learn about my wife, and I can always be a better husband, I can always be a better father, and it just kind of opened up this new light to where I can just keep pushing, to be better and better.
Keep striving to be the best you can be.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're 10% better, you make your family 1% better.
Yeah.
And that turns and it affects the community as a whole.
Absolutely.
So as we better ourselves as men, we affect our household, our children, our wife, and they go out and affect the community, which affects the world.
Absolutely.
So it's a chain effect.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good word, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. Happy Valentine's Day to all you men and women out there who are married. And we hope to be posting more of these very soon. 2018. We have big plans for 2018, DLC does. So we'll be hitting you online, on Instagram, on Facebook. Y'all check back, okay? See y'all later. Bye.
God bless you.